everyone, it's Tammy, and we're going to do a one sheet wonder. With this sheet that I colored, we are going to make 14 cards. So it's called a one sheet wonder for those of you who may not know, because you use one designer sheet of paper to make all of the cards, but then you also, it's not exactly one sheet because you also have to have your card bases, which I've already cut all of them except for two, so I can show you how to do that. And then if you want layers, you're going to have those as well. So I have different colors for layers. I've already cut out most of my layers. I have blue, yellow, and green because I thought that they all went nicely with this cardstock. So that's what I'm going to do, but you can do whatever works for you, of course. Sorry, I wanted to close the door because I think my husband is coming home. It's Sunday evening and he had gone out to the store. And I'm having a drink of my coffee. And you can find layouts just about anywhere. I actually found this one on a place, internet called Blueprint.com. It used to be Craftsy, and I'm a member of Blueprint. So I just typed in one sheet wonders and they had some, and I was kind of amazed. And I went ahead and wrote down how the dimensions go, so you can pause this if you'd like and take a picture or whatever, so that you'll know what size to cut your 12 by 12 sheet of paper. And then the layers are just going to be 1/4 of an inch bigger on both sides. So instead of 2.5 by 5 1/4, the layer would be 2 3/4 by 5 1/2 if you wanted to layer. And you don't have to layer, it's totally optional. So I'm going to move that up there for now. And I'm going to cut the last sheet of paper so you'll see how to do it. So this is an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock. I did go ahead and score it at 4 1/4 on the short side, and then on the long side you will cut it at 5 1/2. And this will leave you with two A2 sized cards. And to make a card, you just fold it and then you burnish the edge. And there you go. So I'm just going to go ahead and burnish all of these edges of all 14 cards because I want to go ahead and have them ready for when I'm ready, which will be here in just a little minute. So things that you might want to have on hand are stamps so that you can stamp your card if you want, or you might want to have digital stamps where you can either print them out with them already colored, or you can print out a digital stamp and then color it yourself. So you'd need markers or crayons or colored pencils, not really crayons, colored pencils, or whatever you want to use to color them. Let's see, for these particular cards, am going to use some words that a friend of mine actually die cut out for me, so you could use die cuts. I don't even know what all of these say, but I'm sure that there's 14 of them in there that I like because I see friends and I see happy birthday. And I wanted to make some kind of thank you-ish cards, and then also friends cards would work just as well. So the folded card size for an A2 is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So that's the surface area that we have to work with. And I am doing a lot of copying from what I saw them do on their cards. So they're not exactly the same, but they're going to be very close. So if you are a member of Blueprint, or you might even be able to find it on Pinterest. I don't know if you type in one sheet wonders. I know Pinterest has a lot of wonderful things. So these are the colors that I have. And like I said, I went ahead and cut out all of my cardstock for the outside of the papers, and I did them in blue and green. I have the yellow because I didn't have any more of the green and I might need some more as an accent, and I thought that the yellow went well with both the blue and the green, so if I need to use it, I can. And then these are scraps from the blue and green that I've already cut, so I'm just going to put these to the side so I can have those in case I need them for anything. I'm just trying to get my space a little bit clear. I don't think I will need that anymore. You might need a ruler, you might need scissors, just have those handy, and you might need a pencil. So I just have everything handy in case I need it. I did use some of it when I was drawing the template for you guys, or for all of us, for me too. I did use the pencil and the ruler for that. So you might need it. And then you also will need a cutter. And I love my Fiskars. I also love the Stampin' Up! One, if you have that one. Okay, so first things first. Let's go ahead and cut the 12 by 12 sheet of paper. And sometimes it matters how you cut it, and sometimes it doesn't. So I'm just looking at this, and not really. So what I'm going to do is get out my sheet, and I can tell by this how it's going to look. So I need to decide if I want it to go this way or this way. And I'm kind of thinking I might want it this way. So that means I'm going to cut this way. And the first cut I want to make is at 5 1/2, and I'm going to go all the way across my paper. So I'm going to measure twice, cut once. Just make sure that you have this on 5 1/2, and I'm lining up on both sides, and then trim that off. So there's the top part. So this is cards number 1 through 6. And then I want this one to be 5 1/4 on the other side. So I'm going to cut that cut next. So I'm going to go 5 1/4. And line it up there too. Yes. And now this one is cards 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then this piece is cards 13 and 14. So let's go with cards 1 through 6. And let's cut according to this. So the first one I need is 5 1/2 by 3. And I'm just going to prop that up. So I'm just putting this at 3 inches. And I'm going to cut it 5 1/2 by 3. So there is card number 1, and I'm going to take my pencil, and I'm actually going to number this so that I won't mess it up. 1. So I know that this belongs to 1. And then I've already cut my sheet of paper so that it is 5 1/2 by 3 1/4. So it will show, because the card is 5 1/2, I don't need it to be any longer than that, but it will go on the cardstock like that, and you can see a little bit of green on either side. So I'm just going to put these together. They both have a 1 on them. So I'm going to move that to the side. Maybe I'll put it like there. And then number 2, I need it cut at 1/2 inch, and I'm going to use 2 of them, or I'm going to need 2 of them, cut at 1/2 inch. So there's 1/2 inch. And there's 1/2 inch. Oh goodness, that doesn't look like 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch, does it? That one's 1/2 inch. Oh, this one's 3/4 of an inch, so I've already screwed up. So what did I say? Measure twice, cut once. So you just go ahead and, I'm just fixing it, so I'll have to figure that out. So you have 2 of those, that's number 2, and I'm going to put a 2 on the back of those. 2 and 2. And then I have this for my number 2. And I don't know exactly why yet, but I will figure that out. Why would I cut out it like that? I don't know, but we'll figure that out. So there's 2. And then 3 is 3 by 3. So here's number 3. And my number 3 matches up with that. And then my number 4 is 1 inch, 1 inch, and 1 inch. So I'm just going to cut these all down at 1 inch. And again, this time I'm going to measure twice, and I'm making sure I have the right side. This should be 2.5 inches. Okay. 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch. 1. It's a little hard when you get it such small increments, but 1, 1, and 1. So these are number 4. And then I have my 4s over here. And then number 5 is 2 inches. And then number 6 is 3 inches. So let's see what I have here. And this should be 5.5 inches. So I'm just making sure I have it on the right side. Okay, 5.5 inches by 2 inches. And then this should be 3 inches, but it's not going to be because I have messed up. So I'm going to put a 5 here, and I'm going to put my 5 with that. And then this one should measure 3 inches, but it won't. It'll be 1/4 inch short because I screwed up. So that's all right. I'm just going to live with it, and I'm just going to put it there. Oops, I'm going to mark it 6 first. All right, and then we're going to go to the other bigger part for 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So this one is 2.5 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to mark it up. I'm going to cut it at 2.5. This is number 7. And then I have my number 7 over here. And it's blue, so it's a little different, but that's all right. And then 1 1/4 inches. So measure twice. Cut once. This is number 8. Number 9 is actually 4 inches. And then you go in an inch and trim it this way. So let me try to do that. I'm going to just, I'll go up here and I'm going to just mark an inch. And I'm going to turn it this way and mark an inch. And then I'm going to make these two meet on the cut line and then cut it. And this will be number 9 and number 10. And then I did not cut this one in half, so this is number 9 and number 10, but I haven't cut it yet so that I can figure out how the best way to do that would be. So we'll figure that out when we get closer to it. I'll just leave it like that for now so I can just continue with this. So then number 11, so again I need to make sure I'm on the right side. This should be 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. Okay, and I need it to be, I need to cut it at 3 inches. So it'll be 3 by 4. Gosh, I forget which side is the 4. And actually, I think this one might be a little bit, okay. So this is the 4 inches. This is 4 inches. I need it 3 inches by 4 inches. And then I need this cut, oh, at 3/4 inch 2 times. So 3/4 inch, measuring twice, 3/4 inch. And then 3/4 of an inch. So this one is number 12. This one is number 11. I don't know what I did here. 4 inches. I think I messed up with these. Oh well, that's all right. I'll figure it out. So that's 12. And then 13, I use this, and I need to cut it at 1 1/4 inches, and I need 3 of those. So 1 1/4. One and 1/4. And 1 1/4. And then I have my little ones for that as well. So I'm just going to put those together. And then 14 is I cut this at 4 inches, and that should leave me with 2 4-inch pieces. And again, I have just a little extra. I don't know if the paper was just a little longer than I expected it, because sometimes when you're taking it out of a paper pack, they are. I'm just going with that. And then, so here is my card 14. So now that I have all of those picked out, I'm going to take a drink of my coffee. And I think I'm going to go ahead and attach them to the base of the card. That way I will know what I need to do from there. So I'm going to just take all of these and turn them upside down. So it's starting with card number 1. And we can do with it however we want. I'm not going to pay attention to what they did. I'm just going to wing it so that you guys can see this in action, because it's kind of fun to just play. So I'm just going to put this one right in the middle. And then I'm going to put this down in the middle of that. So there is card number 1 so far. And you could even leave it like that and just make it a blank card. I mean, it's really pretty. And then this is going to be card number 2. And I think what I'm going to do with this one is something like that. So I'm going to put this down first. And then take these little pillars and put them on either side. And if you guys want to see how I colored these, I did it on a video, and it's called Twinkling Waters, Twinkling H2Os. You can see that in action, because it's pretty cool how it works. And I had a friend that gave them to me, so thank you very, very much for those. And this is card number 3. And if you wanted to, you could also cut the layers out with a scalloped edge or something like that, whatever you like. And then I'm going to put this one right in the middle, I think. And let's see, this is number 4. So I have 3 of these little things. So I'm going to start off by putting one right in the middle, and then I will put one on either side. I'm just eyeballing them, but if you wanted to measure, I'm sure that would even be better. And then I'm going to put these right on top. One, two, and 3. So this is number 5. I'm going to put this toward the bottom and center it. Oh, I might be running out of tape, so I might have to change that. Then I'm just going to put this on the bottom, right like that. And then here's number 6. You can see some of them I didn't cut exactly the right length, but that's okay. I mean, do whatever you want to do, obviously. I was trying to use as little paper as I could, so I kind of fudged it a little. And I'm really taping this up good just because, 1, it's thick cardstock, and 2, it is so wonky. So I'm really trying to stick it down good. So we're on card number 8. This one a little differently. Do that one like this maybe. We'll see how it looks. And then I'm going to need to cut this one. So I'm just going to put one sheet in here, and then I'm going to just cut it kind of close. Let's see what we got here. Okay, that's not bad. And that works. So, number 9, and then number 10. I'm sorry for that squeaking sound. Usually when it gets low on tape, it starts to squeak, so that's its sign. And when you're doing a one-sheet wonder, sometimes you use a lot of tape. But I'm making 14 cards, people. we're on card number 11. I really like this paper. I like how, to toot my own horn, I don't mean to, sorry, but I like how it's colored. That was number 11. This one's number 12. And it looks like I messed this one up, but I'm going to see if I can make it work somehow. What if I did 3 going this way, and then these 3 going this way? Does that look all right? Or does it look silly? Or I could do one, 2, 3 like that. I might do it like that, where it's just opposite. Okay, so let's I'm going to put tape on these first. And then, let's see, so I'm going to put it on the purple side, let's say. So I'm just going to go here and kind of center it. Oh, didn't do a very good job. Center it and do it on the purple side. Okay, so purple side, center it. And purple side and center it. And then I need to put tape on the blue. Actually, I think I'm going to put one this way. And then 2 this way. Like that. And then card number 13. And any embellishments that you wanted to use, of course, you could use those too. Oh, I should have centered this one a little better. And then the last one, and I'm out of tape. I usually try to keep one over here, but it doesn't look like I did, so let me grab one real quick. like that too, so I can put one over here because that's what I like to do. And I think I have a video, it's an old one, about how to change these out if you have an automatic tape gun and you need help changing this out. It's not hard, but if you don't know how to do it, it's a little bit hard. And if you make a lot of cards, I would highly recommend one of these. I've had mine for years and I love it. It's way more economical than buying the smaller like adhesives. And now it probably won't squeak either. Isn't that weird? I don't know why it does it that way, but that's what it does. It's its way of telling me that it's almost out. Okay, so then let's see, where do I want to put these? I might do it. Oh, I think I have this one a little bit too long. I'm going to trim it. Like that. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to find out, or pick out the words that I want to use after I take a drink of coffee. I see friend, I like that one. I'm going to use that one. There's happy birthday. I don't know if I need any birthday. Here's wishes. That could be birthday wishes. I don't know yet. Thanks. I know I would like that one. Happy birthday. These are so cute. Hello. Brilliant, amazing, many blessings, wonderful, thanks, make a wish, just because, thought, happy, thinking of you, sparkle, celebrate, birthday. Wow, these are awesome. Okay, so let's see. I don't know if I like that one on that. Let's see. Brilliant. It's pretty. Thanks. Maybe happy thought? I don't know what to use thought with. I like sparkle, that's cute. And I love how it is sparkled. This one, celebrate. Thinking of you. Many blessings. else, I think. Amazing. Just because. These are awesome. Wonderful. Happy birthday. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that one. But happy birthday wishes would be really cute. So I could leave that together. I might just use smile on this one. And this one. Actually, I think I might just leave this one blank. I kind of like it like that. And then this gives me a little bit to save, which I also like because I'm weird like that. And so now, I'm going to leave this one blank. I'm going to put smile on this one, and I might like to put that on this. So I'm going to cut a piece that is just about an inch wide. And then smile so that that will fit. I think I'll do all the cutting first, so I'll put smile here, and then I think I'll put it in the corner over here like that. And I might even, so let's see, 1 1/4. I'm going to outline the yellow with a white border. So, there. So there's that one. Okay, and wonderful. I might just put that on white since it's sparkly and purple. And this one says just because. I think that'll work. And this one says amazing, and I might like to outline this in some green first. And then put that there. I love the orange. Many blessings. I'm going to put this. I'll use this yellow. And then I'll use the blue. Thinking of you. Like that. Celebrate. Let's see, I'm going to cut a white piece for sure. something like that. Yeah. And I don't think this needs anything. And this one probably doesn't either. And this one. And this one will say hello. Kind of like that. And this one doesn't need anything. And this one will need something. Friend. Okay, I think I want the white to be under the friend. So this is 2 3/4 by 1. So 2 3/4 by 1. Should do it. All right. Okay, so for this kind of a thing, I like to use glue. So I'm either going to use this glue or I have my art glitter glue, which hopefully is still open. Let me get a pen. I lost the pen, so these are stainless steel. And I really like this glue. And if you keep the pin in it, which I did not do, obviously, it makes it really easy to use this. So don't do what I just did. And instead, keep your pen in this, like when you store it. All right, let's try that. See if I can get it to come out. I love this glue. It really does work really well. And you can go to artglitter.com to find it, or you can find it at, I know Country Craft Creations sells it, and probably some other places. And once I have that on there, then I can use my tape. So it's really nice for little thin areas like that. Friend. So there's complete card number 1. I don't think I'm going to use that. I think I can just use this. Let me put all of those together. And you guys can obviously fast forward if you want to through some of this, because I know that it's just going to be a little bit boring for some of you just watching me glue things on, but I like to show you everything so that you can see how long it takes and you can get an idea of exactly what I'm doing, and I think that that helps inspire some of you. And I think lets you see, lets you know that you can do this too, because you really can. This glue does dry really quickly, and it dries clear, but I love it. And it lasts a long time. Thinking of you. This one just says thanks, and I like that. Oops. So cute. All right, I'm going to close my window now. My feet are freezing. Yeah, this one says hello. Hello. Reminds me of Seinfeld. It's late too, and we haven't eaten yet. I made a roast in the crock pot. I don't know if my husband found it or not. I think I hear him rattling a chip jar, which is what made me think, oh gosh, I haven't. But surely he can smell it. He's not a complete goofball. Half goofball for sure, but not complete. Brilliant. That's a word that's not used as much as it could be. And just so you guys know, this I've had that pin off of here for quite some time. I'm talking months, which is really dumb. So if you keep your pin on there, it works out really well. This is the most struggle I've had, and that's obviously because I did not keep my pin in there. And I think, I mean, you have to look at what you get included. It may have changed since the last time I purchased any of this, but I had to purchase my pens and this silver thing separately. And this silver thing helps make it a super fine line. I would recommend that too. But you can just pop it off and use it on others too. So it's transferable. You only really need to buy one. I only have one. And the glue itself, if you just used it, it's not like it's really thick. It's just not going to be as fine of a tip as this one. I love this sparkle that's on glitter paper. Perfect. What a nice gift to have been given all of these words already cut out for me. Saved me a ton of time, and I don't have all these words, so that's pretty fun to get to play with things that aren't in my collection. And I think when you buy the pins, I think you get 4 or 5 of them. So, I mean, sometimes they do lose. But what happened to mine was the little pinhead came off. Crazy. Oh, goodness, it like leaked out of there. I know I'm not talking much when I'm concentrating. I tend to not talk, so sorry about that. I'm trying to be careful. So much for careful. Celebrate, celebrate. There we go. And it really doesn't do this very often either, what it's doing right now. I don't know why it's doing that. Where it's like kind of just coming out now. But maybe it's just because I was squeezing on it so much to try to get it to come out before. But it doesn't do that often. Many blessings. I really like this one with the amazing. And I kind of like this one sheet wonder because it has lots of different cards. I mean, and if you wanted to use more happy birthdays, I just know I have a lot of happy birthday cards. So I wanted some others. And you could use this for a birthday. I mean, who doesn't want to be told that they're amazing? I probably should have put this down first. And I'm going to stick the white down first. Just because I think I'll put it right about here. And this is shimmery paper. Super cute. Just because. Wonderful, marvelous. Do I want this to open this way or this way? I think maybe this way. one says smile. It's crazy coming all out of all sides of it. I see you goofing stuff. Gooping stuff, I should say. Smile. And then this one I was leaving blank. So there we go. There are all 14 cards using one designer piece of paper. And then I used total of 2.5, 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper to layer. And then I used about 7.5 sheets of white cardstock to do the base, and then also to do the outlines, the layers. So there we go, all 14 cards. Thanks. Amazing. Many blessings. Celebrate. Sparkle. Thanks. Brilliant. And hello. So thanks for watching, guys, and I hope that you guys get crafty. Bye-bye.